We're receiving word in India today that Delhi police personnel have reached the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. A forensics team has also reached Kejriwal's residence. Delhi cops to probe the assault site at the Chief Minister's house. Shreya Chatterjee joins us. She tracks the Delhi police for the India Today group. Shreya, has the Delhi police been able to recover the CCTV footage? Because that now becomes very crucial. You've got Swati Maliwal saying that she was assaulted. The AAP denies it. They now declared war on their own MP. Does the police have access to the CCTV recorder?
Well, Rahul, in all likelihood, the Delhi police should be able to access the CCTV which is present inside the residence of Arvind Kejriwal just as you enter his residence, and also the CCTVs that are present outside his residence. But not just that, we will also be seeing the Delhi police recording the statements of his staff to unearth what really happened on the 13th of May. They are also going to be piecing together the entire crime scene, corroborating what Swati Maliwal has given in a statement both before the police and before the magistrate. As we talk, an FSL team and a Delhi police team that comprises of the senior officials who are investigating the matter, they are present inside. They will be collecting evidence in the form of digital and physical format and recording the statements of the staff who are inside, and all likelihood were also there on the 13th of May.
Punched, slapped, dragged. That's what AAP MP Swati Maliwal has claimed happened with her at the Delhi Chief Minister's residence. India Today has accessed full details of the FIR that has been filed by the former DCW chief against Arvind Kejriwal's aide Vibhav Kumar. She has alleged that she screamed for help, but no one came. Here's more.
Dragged, slapped and kicked. 4 days after a violent scuffle allegedly broke out in Delhi Chief Minister's living room, the victim, Aam Aadmi Party's Member of Parliament Swati Maliwal, has detailed exactly what happened on that fateful day. The FIR copy accessed by India Today reveals chilling details of the alleged assault on Maliwal. Shortly after 9 a.m. on 13th May, Maliwal claims she arrived at Kejriwal's residence and sent a text to Vibhav on WhatsApp but received no response. Maliwal adds that she was then led into the living room and told that Arvind Kejriwal would meet her soon. But instead she was surprised to see Kejriwal's personal secretary Vibhav walk in. According to the AAP MP, Vibhav entered and immediately began to scream at Maliwal, hurling abuses one after another, calling her a neech aurat and asking her, "Teri auqat kya hai?" She claims he vowed to teach her a lesson. Swati Maliwal claims she was then slapped repeatedly, nearly 7 to 8 times. In an effort to protect herself, Maliwal pushed Vibhav away with her legs. But he pounced on her, dragging her and deliberately pulled Maliwal's shirt up. In the FIR, the victim claims her screams for help went unanswered. Swati Maliwal claims that despite the screaming, Vibhav did not stop. He kicked her in the stomach, on her chest and the pelvis area. Maliwal claims to have told Vibhav that she was also on her period, but to no avail. Maliwal broke out of the scuffle, gathered her glasses and managed to dial the cops. Not just that, the Member of Parliament claims the accused threatened her life, saying, "Aisi jagah gaadenge ki pata bhi nahi chalega." According to her complaint, when Vibhav realized that Swati Maliwal has called up the cops, he returned with security personnel and asked her to leave immediately, despite her request to wait for the cops to arrive.
उसके बाद में बात करो। तो पुलिस भी तो बाहर ही आएगी, वो यहाँ तक नहीं आएगी ना। नहीं, कुछ नहीं होता, अंदर ही आएगी। I will do it. आज मैं इन लोगों को सबको बताऊँ। हाँ, बता देना, वो आपका हेडेक है। आप मेरे को किसी से बात करेंगे अभी के। अभी करा रहे हैं, आप आइए। आप उधर आप आइए ना। नहीं, मैं एसएचओ सिविल लाइन से बात करूँगी पहले। नहीं, हम यहाँ नहीं कर सकते। नहीं, अब यही होगा, जो करना है करो। और तुम्हारी भी नौकरी खाऊंगी अगर मेरे को टच किया। हम बड़े रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं। मैंने अभी 112 पे कॉल कर दी है, लेट द पुलिस का, उसके बाद में बात करूँ। तो पुलिस भी तो बाहर ही आएगी, वो यहाँ तक नहीं आएगी ना। नहीं, कुछ नहीं होता, अंदर ही आएगी, जो होगा। प्लीज कम मैडम बाहर से। हेलो मैडम, प्लीज उठा के फेंक ना, उठा के फेंक। हम रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं आपसे। हम तो रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं। आज फेंक दो। आप पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं, आपके साथ ऐसा थोड़ा करेंगे। ये गंजा। प्लीज आप मैडम नहीं, आप ऐसा ना बोलें। Just because you are seated.
The statement has now been recorded before the magistrate as a visibly hurt Maliwal appeared in the court. On Thursday, the former DCW chief underwent a 3-hour-long medical checkup and post-trauma counselling session at All India Institute of Medical Sciences. The Delhi police has formed 10 teams to probe the matter and have written to the CCTV company to obtain the footage. The Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, who has been silent on the assault row, went about campaigning meanwhile for the India bloc in Amritsar.
स्वाति जी, एक छोटा सा स्टेटमेंट अगर आप मीडिया के सामने एक बार.
Bureau Report, India Today.
स्वाति जी, just one statement, ma'am.
The Aam Aadmi Party has decided to not join this conversation. I'm joined instead by Dr. Piyush Joshi. He's a political analyst who leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party. Joining us here is Sanju Verma, spokesperson of the BJP. Geeta Bhatt joins us. She's a political analyst, academician, columnist. Karuna Nandi joins us, senior advocate in the Supreme Court. And we've got Preeti Chaudhary, who covers the Aam Aadmi Party for us. Preeti, I want to go to you first. An effort was made initially by the Aam Aadmi Party to make this seem as if it's a very small internal matter that will get sorted out very quickly, that a clarification would be forthcoming from Swati Maliwal. Nothing of the sort seems to have happened. In the FIR that's been registered, very serious charges have been levelled against Vibhav Kumar. What does Vibhav and Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal now have to say, given the fact that this is one of their own MPs who's alleging that inside the Chief Minister's house, within a stone's throw from where the Chief Minister was, an AAP MP was assaulted?
Well, what's coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party right now, Rahul, is that especially at the back of this leaked video of what possibly went down inside, is the fact that tomorrow what we can expect possibly the side of the secretary of the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. He would be giving out his side very soon, because really the Aam Aadmi Party has little elbow room right now, but at least to come out and make it very clear. Because what has happened is the sequence of events have completely painted the Aam Aadmi Party in a corner. If you look at the fact that you had a Sanjay Singh who did publicly have a press conference where at least the party admitted to the fact that the personal secretary of the Chief Minister misbehaved with Swati Maliwal. Now, he did, at least at the part of Sanjay Singh, he didn't attribute what that misbehavior was, but at least there was admittance that there was misbehavior and action would be taken. And right after that, what we did see is that the personal secretary of Arvind Kejriwal accompanied him, possibly not just to Lucknow, but then to Chandigarh and then Amritsar as well in Punjab, where the party is campaigning with Arvind Kejriwal. Now, there is clearly an attempt to suggest that what Swati Maliwal is saying as per the party is wrong and nothing really untoward happened. And this was...
No, but why is she saying all this? This is not a BJP MP saying this. This is not Sanju Verma or somebody else on the other side of the political divide.
True.
This is their own person. So if things have gone wrong, why isn't Chief Minister Kejriwal coming out, who has positioned himself as a beacon of morality? Why can't he come out and explain what really happened?
Well, that's what Arvind Kejriwal needs to answer. And not just that, he also needs to answer the fact that why is it that where he, at least if Sanjay Singh went ahead, held a press conference and said that action will be taken, why is it that the personal secretary was accompanying him on his tour to not just Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh.
No, but off camera, what's their response to that question? Because this is just very bad optics for Vibhav to be accompanying the Chief Minister, given that he's been admittedly accused by Sanjay Singh, admitted in public, that he carried out a grave offence, that he misbehaved with an AAP MP. So why is he still floating around the Chief Minister?
Well, these are terrible optics for the Aam Aadmi Party. And whatever on record is, Rahul, till now is the fact where they feel that it's politically motivated. They feel that the BJP is somewhere down the line instigating and trying to milk the controversy. They feel possibly Swati Maliwal, who after the press conference of Sanjay Singh has refused to entertain any calls from the party. They feel that now possibly she is operating at the behest of the BJP. But away from all of that, if one does look at it, these are terrible optics for the Aam Aadmi Party. Terrible optics.
But that's a very unfair charge on Swati Maliwal.
And even
because she's not listening to what you're saying, to suggest that she's acting at the behest of the BJP, ultimately, obviously, Kejriwal had enough confidence in her because he sent her to the Rajya Sabha. She didn't end up in Rajya Sabha herself, and now so quickly to say, because she's accusing Kejriwal's man Friday, his right-hand man, of assaulting her, to very quickly turn around and say that she's now, acting at the best of the BJP. How does that square up?
I agree with you. It doesn't match up. And it's something that the Aam Aadmi Party needs to answer somewhere down the line. They feel that at the back of this leaked video, they can at least go and say that, she had made the call. After that, nothing really had happened, and the security was trying to get her out of the meeting room where the Chief Minister meets their guests. But how do you know what really happened before that and after that? And that's for the Aam Aadmi Party to come out and give out an explanation. And right now, the optics are not going quite well for the Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, I'll leave it over there. Preeti Chaudhary, I don't want to hold you back. You're out on the campaign trail, so carry on with what you're doing. We'll come back to you for more later. Thank you. I want to go across to Karuna Nandi first, because Karuna, on the one side, parties like the Aam Aadmi Party come out, want to speak out on issues of women's rights, safety, violence against women. And suddenly, the moment it's one of their own leveling these charges against one of their own, then suddenly she's acting at the best of the BJP, she's gone rogue, she's been bought out, all kinds of slander starts to come into play.
And we have seen these statements also from across some of the people in the India coalition who would otherwise speak out for women's rights, right? In times like these, in election times, there are people who, most people who say that, look, not now. But this is the problem, right? Women's rights is always not now. So when you see the situation and when you see Swati Maliwal, who is no less than a Rajya Sabha MP, and who frankly is somebody I believe, right, makes a complaint like this and waits, mind you, waits for 3 days for the Chief Minister to take action, and the Chief Minister takes no action, then this is unacceptable. And we cannot always say, wait for the election, wait for, across the board this happens. When we have Prajwal Revanna, for instance, right? And the fact that only a blue corner notice has been issued against him and not a red corner notice, because the CBI recommended that only a blue corner notice be issued. The CBI has been asking the state government to take over the case, whereas the Chief Minister has been saying that no, let the SIT go on, and the SIT is doing a good job in terms of the investigation. Are we to believe that when it comes to women's rights, only when there is a political party in power that has some kind of related jurisdiction that is against the political party that is perpetuating this kind of violence, that only then justice will happen?
Oh, absolutely.
When we saw the stalking issue against the Prime Minister, and when we see that it was resolved in such an unsatisfactory way when the woman never spoke, but only on the say-so of the father was the matter resolved. And the BJP admitted, in fact, that the woman was being pursued by GL Singhal and other, and her love life was being monitored. What happened to that? Nothing happened.
Okay,
So
I want to go across to
what their gender
Piyush Joshi, because Karuna makes an important point, and also if you look at it very ruthlessly, it's kind of, you'd imagine that just to be politically pragmatic, the Chief Minister will say, we're taking action against Vibhav, and that till the 2nd of June and even beyond, he's docked. He's no longer going to be with us. Some kind of announcement is made, action is taken against him. So the message goes out internally and externally, especially after Sanjay Singh has admitted that what happened was totally wrong, that some action is taken. Why is the Aam Aadmi Party tying itself in knots around this case?
Well, first and foremost, let me start by saying that this kind of incidents is certainly very reprehensible and condemnable. And one has to take the statement made by Swati Maliwal ji at its face value, and any kind of violence against women is certainly not acceptable. But to say that Arvind Kejriwal ji is sitting mute on it, or Arvind Kejriwal ji is not acting on it, or maybe, Arvind Kejriwal, at the behest of the Honorable Chief Minister, an incident such as this has happened, as the various BJP spokesperson have been saying.
No, you're answering a question I didn't ask. My question is, why is Vibhav Kumar still floating around Arvind Kejriwal? Why is he still accompanying the Chief Minister 2 political rallies and for roadshows and sabhas, and he's seen with him at the airport. Answer just that question. Why is he not told what you did was wrong? I don't want to be around you.
Rahulji, once the matter is with the police, then the police has to investigate the matter and take.
No, sir, it's not just about the police.
Get to the bottom
the
of it.
Aam Aadmi Party has accepted that what Vibhav Kumar did was wrong.
Yes.
This is not just about the police. This is a man who needs to be answerable to his own conscience as well.
Absolutely, and that is where the Aam Aadmi Party, is different from the other political party, because Sanjay Singh ji himself had.
Now, how is it different, sir? Again, Piyush Joshi, you're not answering my question. There's images on the screen right now from Lucknow. There's Arvind Kejriwal there. Behind him is Vibhav Kumar. I'm saying, why is he still with the Chief Minister? Why hasn't he been benched? Why hasn't he been docked? Why hasn't he been fired? Why hasn't he been told, I will not be around you, you assaulted a woman, this is wrong. What you did is not acceptable.
Rahulji, it is certainly bad optics. I will agree with you that it is bad optics.
So you're worried about optics. This is about a woman getting assaulted. You're worried about optics. Just do the right thing. Why is the party not doing the right thing?
Will you allow me to make my point without interjecting for 30 seconds, right? So that I can go on. We don't know why Vibhav Kumar accompanied Mr. Kejriwal ji. Maybe Kejriwal ji wanted to use the time of the travel, to get to the bottom of the case. We don't know. All we are living in an assumption, in a land of assumptions and presumptions.
Okay, let Sanju Verma. I'm sure she's itching to come in on this. Vibhav Kumar travelled with the Chief Minister because Kejriwal wanted to get to the bottom of this whole case, which is why it's important for him to travel with the CM to Lucknow. Sanju Verma.
Thank you, Rahul. Rahul, I want to address a couple of issues. First and foremost, let me address the elephant in the room. And the nub of the issue, the crux of the issue is this. It took 31 hours for Sanjay Singh to admit that, Swati Maliwal ke saath badtamizi hui hai. The term he used was badtamizi, and he did not stop at that. He then went on to admit Swati Maliwal ke saath abhadra vyavahar bhi hua tha. Vibhav Kumar not only disrespected her, not only behaved with Swati Maliwal rudely and impolitely, that is the textbook definition of badtamizi, but also he engaged in obscenities. Abhadra vyavahar ka matlab kya hota hai? Point number 1. It took over 50 hours for Sanjay Singh to even pay a courtesy visit to Swati Maliwal. The third point, it is now close to 104 hours. And the same Arvind Kejriwal, who's very active on social media, who has an opinion on everything under the sun, he has consumed Fevicol in wholesale. Arvind Kejriwal's acolytes, and today I'm not going to hold back my punches. Atishi, Saurabh Bhardwaj, Raghav Chadda sitting in London. These guys have chosen to completely remain in radio silence mode. These are the same people who have an opinion on everything under the sun when the perpetrator allegedly, supposedly is from the BJP. Unfortunately or fortunately in this case, it is no one from the BJP. But the moot point is this. Let us keep our political affiliations and political ideologies aside for a while. I've been on a zillion debates on this particular issue since this Monday. And what I find absolutely appalling and horrifying, Rahul, is the attitude to this entire thing. Whether Swati Maliwal was beaten in the pelvis area, whether she was punched, whether she was kicked on the chest, in the stomach, forensic evidence hogi, CCTV footage will be pulled up, the Delhi police will do a thorough job. But be that as it may, look at the attitude of the top leaders from the ... alliance. Akhilesh Yadav says, ye koi itni jaruri cheez nahi hai. When somebody questions him from the media during a press conference about the Swati Maliwal issue, he says, ये तो सब बीजेपी का रचा हुआ षड्यंत्र है, बीजेपी लोगों पर झूठा मुकदमा चलाने वाली गैंग है. Then look at Arvind Kejriwal. His body language is shifty, fidgety, he looks nervous. Sanjay Singh tries to deflect, divert, digress and then debunk. And most importantly, if Sanjay Singh admitted that Vibhav Kumar indeed engaged in abhadra vyavahar, what was Vibhav Kumar doing flying with Arvind Kejriwal in the same aircraft, rubbing shoulders with Sanjay Singh? I mean, is that how you treat somebody who you feel could be a perpetrator in a heinous crime? No. So basically, Sanjay Singh and Arvind Kejriwal have been mollycoddling Vibhav Kumar, and I would like to make one very pertinent point. For everybody who comes on television debates from the Aam Aadmi Party side, their official and unofficial spokespersons, Vibhav Kumar alone is not culpable in this case. at the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's residence, point number 1. He was present there, point number 2. Point number 3, Arvind Kejriwal is also the CEO, the head honcho, the Karta Dharta of Aam Aadmi Party. To imagine that Swati Maliwal could have been beaten black and blue and thrashed without Arvind Kejriwal's tacit, implicit and explicit approval is unimaginable.
No, but you don't know that. Let's not be unfair here. No, one second. Sanju Verma, there are lots that they need to answer for. That Kejriwal asked for this to happen is not something that we have any evidence of. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll come back to Sanju Verma in a moment. Geeta Bhatt, we're seeing classical victim shaming here. The fact that this video has got released, it shows the alleged victim, say unkind things about the alleged perpetrator, takla, naukri kha jaungi. It's been released in a way that very clearly the Aam Aadmi Party is retweeting, putting out that same video. They are trying to now throw Swati Maliwal under the bus and say that she's the bad one. And the problem here is that there is a sense of deja vu, no matter who it may be, who's accused of perpetrating violence against women or committing any crime. They always tend to do the same kind of things. Accuse the woman of bad behavior, say it's the woman somehow that's to blame.
Rahul ji, it is so ironical that these are the same people who a decade back were on the roads asking for women's safety and regarding, the brutal assault of the brutal rape of Nirbhaya. And they are the ones who rode and took the political advantage. The kind of moral high ground on honesty, on character that they had taken, how they have fallen down on their faces today. It is so unfortunate to see that a woman like Swati Maliwal, who is part of the governance in the country, someone who's been the chairman of the Delhi Women Commission, she is a woman with agency. And if she in a place which is probably one of the safest in the country or at least in the capital, it seems that there are more than 180 CCTV cameras, which are guarding the house of the chief minister. If such a brutal assault, and it seems that there was some kind of a sexual assault also on her.
No. Now, let's not add stuff. Ma'am, we don't know whether the assault was sexual or not. Let's not add stuff. What happened was bad enough. Let's just stick to that. Now, don't add layers of accusations which haven't been leveled by the victim herself.
Absolutely, I know. The point that I want to add here is that on top of it, they are the person who is being accused pompously paraded along with the chief minister, along with another Rajya Sabha member, everywhere around the country, as if they do not care, as if
that's an important point, and that's what Piyush Joshi needs to respond to all supporters of the Aam Aadmi Party, particularly those who still think that that's a party with a difference, need to account for the fact that despite a public admission of the fact that there was physical assault against an AAP MP, the accused, the admitted accused in this case, is still walking around unabashedly, taking no action being taken against him. It's almost as if because of his proximity to the chief minister, he thinks he can brazen this out.
Well, he certainly can't brazen any of it out, because the matter is in the hands of the law enforcement agencies, however biased they may be, but nevertheless, they have to take action on it. We may like Swati Maliwal for going to the police, or we may not like it. But the fact of the matter.
No, what's there to like or not? I don't like how you're framing that. It's her choice. She's a woman with agency. If she's been physically assaulted, it is Swati Maliwal's decision to file the FIR. What is it that you're saying? You like or don't like it? Why is it for you to decide?
That is what I'm trying to say. But the fact of the matter is that you have to take the statement made by her at its face value, and you have to investigate the matter, and you have to get to the bottom of it and then take a call on it. That is what is to be done by police as well as by Mr. Kejriwal ji as well. To my mind, Mr. Kejriwal ji cannot skirt this issue for a longer period of time. He has to respond, or someone from his office has to respond.
Karuna Nandi, in the way that AAP supporters are framing this, they're putting the onus of action on the police, that the Delhi police has now taken cognizance and FIR has been registered, and the Delhi police must act. Can the Aam Aadmi Party and the Chief Minister himself get away from having to take action? Because it's almost as if you're saying a police dekh legi, hame kuch nahi karna hai ji, till then he can be with me, no problem.
Absolutely not. The Aam Aadmi Party, in fact, is a party with a difference in one sense. They were the first party to set up an internal complaints committee in 2014. As far as I am aware, the BJP does not have such an internal complaints committee. So let us first be absolutely clear about that.
No, but
Now,
what do we know about this internal complaints committee if it's met? Has it done something? Having a committee and the committee not doing anything and the accused still standing with the chief minister doesn't mean anything. It's a committee in name only.
100%. Now, if you just let me finish. When there is an internal complaints committee, what does its presence mean? That there are two kinds of jurisdiction. One, the criminal jurisdiction. Is the person going to go to jail or not? Second, is the person in the party going to be protected against, in this case, non-sexual assault and beating in a allegedly very violent way? And is this going to be investigated? So what is it that I said when I first saw this issue? I believe Swati Maliwal. However, it is not about what I believe or don't believe. So what I said was suspend this man, investigate the issue. This is what the Internal Complaints Committee immediately should have done. This has not been done.
No, but we don't know, Sanju Verma, if this so-called Internal Complaints Committee has even met. What action has it taken? Because the Chief Minister himself and others around him aren't answering these questions. So there's no point in having a committee when a committee which doesn't meet, doesn't take any action when it needs to step up and do something.
You know, Rahul, I want to educate Karuna Nandi. In her opening remarks, while talking about Prajwal Revanna, she pointedly said, why has the CBI asked for a blue corner notice and not a red corner notice? Without being offensive, Ms. Nandi, you happen to be an advocate at the Supreme Court. I thought you would be more educated on this matter. Now let me tell you. Now please keep quiet. You lied on this show of Rahul Kanwal. I will not allow you to get away.
I'm sorry, that's not acceptable. No, that's not acceptable. This is not okay. Like there has to be some moderation.
This is not done. Can I please come in?
Sorry, I'm going to have to leave the show unless this lady is moderated in some way.
Okay, once again, can I have both people speak at one time? Let Sanju Verma make her point. We'll go back to Karuna for a counter soon after. Sanju, 30 seconds, complete your argument.
No, not 30 seconds. You know, I need at least a minute. Please don't be unfair, Rahul Kanwal. Karuna Nandi, now listen loud and clear. A red corner notice is issued against a person wanted for extradition or a person against whom the relevant court in India has already served a sentence, but despite having a sentence served against him, the person has chosen to be a fugitive, and has flown the nest, flown India. In the case of Prajwal Revanna, thanks to the incompetence of the current Siddaramaiah government, there was no FIR filed, there was no SIT which was set up well in time, there was no court trial which was pending. So the CBI had to file a blue corner notice, which is called an inquiry notice, to gather information about the whereabouts of the person of interest. In this question, Prajwal Revanna. A red corner notice is only applicable when there is a court sentence that has been already served to the concerned person and he is a fugitive.
Prajwal Revanna
Okay, now Sanju Verma has spoken. Let Karuna respond. Let Karuna. Once again, I don't want to get trapped into Prajwal Revanna just in this case. We've dealt with that separately and at length because this is about what happened with Swati Maliwal. Let's just for the time being stick to that. Let Karuna complete.
If I may be referred to as Nandi or Karuna Nandi, please, Rahul Kanwal. I want to be very clear here. This kind of debate is something that is entirely unacceptable and I will not accept it. So, if I am to be here on another occasion, Mr. Kanwal, I would hugely appreciate if somebody says that I am lying, then either they are muted or told very clearly to not speak in this manner. Otherwise, I will not be here on the next occasion. Thank you for giving me a chance to respond. With regard to what Ms. Verma is saying, it's entirely incorrect on the law. If she were to crack open a book, what she would understand is that a red corner notice is issued when there is a person who is accused of something. Now, today has a red corner notice been issued? No. Has the CBI asked for a red corner to be issued? No. Have a number of women given 164 statements? Yes. Is that sufficient to ultimately the statements of women to convict a person of sexual assault if it is of sterling quality, if it's consistent, if it is something that is not controverted by anything else? Yes. So frankly, let us not take the level of the debate, saying that he said, she said, this party did this, that party did that. Let us look at the fact that in the present cases that are before us, whether it is Swati Maliwal, whether it is Prajwal Revanna, because it is an election, they are all sweeping it under the carpet. I see that there is a news in multiple publications that the Aam Aadmi Party is going to set up an internal complaints committee. My only point about the internal complaints committee is that, one, it can be biased. Number two, that, however, as you correctly pointed out, this is a very important parallel remedy to a police investigation, right? It's to keep, say, if there is a comment that somebody makes to somebody in a political party, you may not want to go to the police, but you may not want to accept it, and you may want some kind of remedy from within the party. And so that is why internal complaints committee exists.
Okay.
However, the reason that local area committees also exist in the law and have not been set up is that if the internal complaints committee is biased, then you have to have somewhere to go. Has this government in the last 10 years set up a local area committee?
I think we're digressing from the issue because I'm trying to discuss what happens next in the Swati Maliwal case, whether action will be taken against Vibhav Kumar, the silence of the Aam Aadmi Party top leadership. That's where we want to concentrate this conversation around. A political war of words is also raging over the Swati Maliwal assault case. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman led the BJP's charge, calling the Delhi Chief Minister shameless for not taking action against his close aide, Vibhav Kumar. Here's the story.
The latest flashpoint in Delhi politics. The alleged assault on Aam Aadmi Party Member of Parliament Swati Maliwal inside Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's residence by his trusted aide, Vibhav Kumar. As the details of the FIR filed based on Maliwal's complaint have become public, protests erupted in the national capital. The Bharatiya Janata Party's cadre hit the streets demanding answers from Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal.
The BJP Mahila Morcha unit is protesting outside CM's residence against the Swati Maliwal assault incident. Yesterday in the matter, a formal FIR was finally registered after Swati Maliwal gave her complaint in the form of a statement before the Delhi police. This came after the Aam Aadmi Party was seen in a way shielding Vibhav Kumar, who they in the first suggested there will be action taken, but he was also seen with the Chief Minister on his visit to Lucknow. Today, in all likelihood, Delhi police will take further action into the matter and they will inspect the crime scene and follow up with the further investigation. चूड़ियां वीक की सैन्य शक्ति का प्रदर्शन है, तो हम चाहते हैं शायद हो सकता है चूड़ियां पहन के उनमें कुछ ज्ञान आ जाए.
The BJP fielded its top leaders to target their political rivals.
अरविंद केजरीवाल महिला के खिलाफ है, महिला को पिटाई करने वाले नेता है, मगर उनके पार्टी का चरित्र देखिए. 1 मिनट में मैं हाईलाइट कर रही हूं. इस विषय में सिर्फ अरविंद केजरीवाल ही हम सबका निशान होना चाहिए.
मुझे आम आदमी पार्टी के एक सीनियर लीडर ने बताया, जो मैं बोल रहा हूं बड़े जिम्मेवारी से बोल रहा हूं, जब स्वाति मालीवाल जी को पिटवाया जा रहा था तो सुनीता केजरीवाल जी आदेश दे रही थी कि इनको मारा जाए, पीटा जाए. और एक बार नहीं, जब स्वाति मालीवाल जी ने पुलिस को फोन किया और केजरीवाल जी को, मिसेस केजरीवाल को पता चलता हो, फिर से आती हैं वापस और वैभव को आके कहती हैं इसको मारते पीटते हुए घर से बाहर फेंक के आओ.
Maliwal on Friday finally recorded her statement before a magistrate. Aam Aadmi Party says the full picture is yet to come.
देखो ये सब जो है ना, जो सब षड्यंत्र हैं, राजनीतिक षड्यंत्र हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी को कमजोर करने की, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को कमजोर करने की, कोई इनका षड्यंत्र कामयाब नहीं होगा। ये सरकारें वो सरकारें हैं जो मणिपुर में औरतों को नंगा दुराया गया, हमारी बेटियां जो गोल्ड मेडल जीत के आई थी उनका शोषण किया। ये लोग हैं वहाँ पर उस पर बात नहीं करते हैं। तो ये सारा ये सब कोजी साजिशें हैं, इसकी सच्चाई आपके सामने आ जाएगी।
Arvind Kejriwal, who is campaigning in Punjab meanwhile, has maintained silence on the serious allegations levelled against his aide. With elections scheduled in Delhi next week, will the Maliwal assault gate hurt the Aam Aadmi Party's prospects? With Milan Sharma, Anmol Bali, Arvind Oja and Shreya Chatterjee in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, in a short while from now, there's supposed to be a press conference by senior AAP leader Atishi. We'll hear what are you expecting, Sanju Verma? We don't have an AAP voice on this show, but as a woman, as a feminist, as someone standing up for just rights. These are not women rights in particular, it's just human rights. If you're assaulted, you have the right to legal recourse. What do you think is now the right thing to do?
You know, Rahul, let me make it very clear. I have been on many difficult debates during the Manipur incident, during the Prajwal Ravanna incident. I have kept my political affiliations aside. I have the guts and the audacity to say that, you know, let Prajwal Ravanna be brought back and let him face the law of the land. If Brijbhushan Sharan Singh is guilty, let him be hanged by the noose. In the Manipur case, I said the same thing. But what I find absolutely horrifying is the rabid hypocrisy of people on the other side, including Karuna Gandhi, who has not once on your show condemned unconditionally the Aam Aadmi Party. She talks about the internal committee of the Aam Aadmi Party. Let me tell you what Priyanka Vadra's attitude has been. She went screaming and screeching to Hathras. Then she said, "Ladki hu, lad sakti hu." The same Priyanka Vadra says, after Swati Maliwal's incident came to the forefront, अरे ये तो इनका अंदरूनी मामला है, ये खुद निपटा लेंगे. कपिल सिब्बल says, ये तो उनका अंदरूनी मामला है, खुद निपटा लेंगे. अखिलेश यादव says, अरे ये तो कोई बड़ा मामला नहीं है, ये खुद निपटा लेंगे. You know, so the whole attitude of the dot alliance on the Swati Maliwal issue is hua to hua. And I want to make one point to your audience. I always tell people, don't judge somebody by what he or she says. Judge somebody by what he or she does. Because the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Somnath Bharti faced a domestic violence case by his wife in 2016. He also served prison time. Lo and behold, he maintained a low profile for a couple of years. Arvind Kejriwal then rewarded him, made him the vice chairman of the Delhi Jal Board. Today he is the New Delhi Lok Sabha candidate against Basuri Swaraj. This is the same Arvind Kejriwal, jinke muh mein tala lag gaya when Mohinder
Okay, so I'm out of time. Karuna has a hand up. Very quick response before I wrap up. Karuna, 20 seconds, please. Karuna Nandi.
Thank you for referring to me by my full name. I condemn the Aam Aadmi Party for not taking prompt and immediate action to suspend this PS of the Chief Minister and to make an inquiry immediately. This is something that is vital. It is something that is immediately required. However, it must be clear that this principle applies across the board. When the BJP takes the son of the person who has been accused of abusing our Olympic wrestlers, when they fail to issue a red corner notice, the CBI fails to issue a red corner notice against Prajwal Ravanna, this is also extremely condemnable, and I do not see our media talking about that enough.
Okay.